It's been a year since the 110s I started. Now I'm not sure if everybody's seen this truck or not, but it's the VRX B4 BF4J, sorry. Now this thing cost me a little over 200 bucks. Now everybody's has their opinions on trucks. I do too. I'm more of the cheaper stuff. So this is the cheaper truck and I used it a lot. Um, I've had this thing for about 8 months, 9 months, roughly. I used it quite a bit. There's lots of videos I made of this truck. Now, whatever people say, like the first thing you have to do, yes, is strengthen up the body mounts, which I did. I'll show you in a bit. But when it comes to the overall performance, you can't ask for anything better. Like what everybody that makes their opinions, maybe they're up and used to a higher end RC product, but I'm not. I've been in the competitions with everybody else, but SCX. I have an XCX10. I have a TRX4. I have Remo Hobby. I have Injora. I have like all. I have all the big names. So what's the difference between these and them? Well, there's a lot of difference, yes, but this truck here, for instance, I this is one of my favorites. Just because it's I don't know what it is. Just I like the look of it. I like the it it drives very well. It climbs very well. Once you do a little simple modification, like I said, somebody suggested I move the tire to the front for a little more weight. That's great. That helps a lot. Now the first thing you got to do, pull the body out, is make some kind of a body mount. Now mine, I took these two pieces of 1/4 inch aluminum and a channel iron kind of thing. Like, I just run it along the top, and I drill holes, screws in each side. These ain't holding it now. They were holding it, but I don't know why they're still on there. But anyway, these are all bolted on, and they're bolted onto here. I drill these holes out and put long screws down with washers and nuts on them, on each one of these. Now, it adds up. If you've seen these trucks before, like seeing how floppy they are, it adds a lot of strength. So, that fixes that problem. Now, everything's plastic, but for what it's worth, it goes through everything. All the drive shafts on all the top models are all plastic. Even the TRX4, SCX10, all plastic. None of them come with actual steel stuff. And every rig you buy has to change the servo in. This one I never changed in yet. Like, it's a big truck. It's bigger than all the other trucks. It's a foot wide, 1 foot from wheel to wheel, and it's like I think it's 336 millimeters long. So it's a big truck. And this servo that's in it seems to do the job. Like everything's plastic. These are all plastic. Everything's plastic. Everything. All this. The steering arm is plastic. All this is plastic. Everything. Everything you see. But there's bearings in the rear end. I never actually took it apart yet, but you can see the bearings right there. So I'm assuming all the gears are inside are all steel. I don't, and the shocks are adjustable, fully adjustable. So if you're looking for a good crawler, it does crawl well for a toy, like not a toy, but if you're looking for something for competitions, I don't know, they usually have rules in competitions. This truck is wider, and the gates are usually a foot wide, or depending on where you're at, I'm not sure, but they're a foot wide where I'm at. This truck will not work for that, because you have to be absolutely perfect. But other than that, if you guys are asking about this truck, it's a little slow, yes, and the receiver is not waterproof, it's in the box. It's just a fly sky receiver. So wrap it up in a balloon or whatever you gotta do to get it waterproof, and that's pretty much all you need, because everything else seems to be waterproof, even the ESC. So I'm not sure, I never really did much research on this thing, but there could be some upgrades for it, I'm not sure, but for the price of this thing, and whatever, and she'll handle 2.2, she'll handle whatever you want, you can lower it right down, pick it right up, and the big rack, she's got everything you need, all the headlight, everything's there, all your lenses, well, not for me, but all your lenses were there, come with lenses, and these big hooks here, headlights, everything's in this thing, even comes with semi-rubber fender flares. But this, for the price of this thing, you can't go wrong. I don't think anyway, unless you're some extreme rock crawler. But I beat this thing to death, and it's still never failed me yet. So, like I said, you've seen a few videos on this thing. I have. I put it through rock, mud, water. I've never seen the water yet, but the only thing that happened with the water is the receiver, because the box ain't completely waterproof. Uh, Other than that, it's a great truck. I just don't see why anybody would buy this thing. Like, it's great, and it's like I said, it's a little bigger. This is all not like it's it's all hard body, and it does come with all your lights for the top too, but I broke them off. Just a simple little review I have since I bought this thing. I enjoyed it very much. Loved it. This is one of my favorite trucks, just because. It's like the only problem with competition is it's a little wider, so that's all I can think of. But like maybe there's not as much upgrades for this truck as everything else, but I'll do some research and see. But other than that, everything's the same. All the wheels fit, shocks are adjustable, everything's plastic, but strong. The servo is strong. It does do the trick for the truck this size. And everything's on it. You can see as it is. Any other questions? This is my point of view, so any other questions, you just let me know. Thank you very much.